What's up?
Going on?
Yo, how's it going? Yeah.
Living the dream every day.
Oh, yeah. Fun times. Hi, everybody. Welcome,
yeah.
welcome. Thanks for
We're
joining.
here. You're not dead, so it works out.
I'm mostly not dead. I'm most the way back to life at this point. I had the flu, everyone, last week.
Yeah, the
and
flu.
It sucked. Hey,
Yeah,
I got
flu.
tested.
Tested,
and
I mean, by
was
fake
negative.
rapid test.
Fake rapid. What is a fake rapid test?
Oh. If you want to believe in this society of tests, then sure, go for it.
So this whole episode's going to be about Spotify and Joe Rogan.
Exactly. And how they're both wrong.
My God. Nope, we're not going to go down that road. We are going to say, hi, Ram.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
She made it.
How is everyone?
Good.
Nice.
Well, sorry that we're
road are
getting
we
started a
not
little bit
going
later
down?
than normal, folks. What was that?
I said, what road are we not going down?
The Joe Rogan Spotify route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably
We're
for
just
the
not
best.
gonna go there, And this whole
Don't know what you
truck
guys are
convoy
missing.
and all that fun stuff.
You don't know what you're missing. It is such a road to take.
And it is not one we're going to.
Spend countless of hours just reading about misinformation. It's great.
Nice. I look forward to your blog.
Typing's not in my vocabulary.
There's such thing as dictation. You can just.
I just said it wasn't in my vocabulary. So get with the program.
Oh man. Well, I think we should probably kick this right off with the most important thing, which is the Book of Boba Fett reactions. My God.
Cheese? Jeez. What world are we living in?
I mean, some would say it's pretty cheesy. Others would just say, Gouda.
Well,
backfired. Everything backfired quickly there.
That happened.
All right, well, go on.
Yeah. I mean,
Steph hasn't watched it, I would assume, but
that's okay. She'll have thoughts.
I have thoughts thus far for my how far I've watched.
Well, I'm going to spoil everything.
That's fine.
So they all die.
Everyone dies. Yeah.
Big asteroid just blows up the whole galaxy.
Of the stars is over, as we know it.
Exactly. There were no more wars of stars.
None.
Now they're just space wars.
Okay. Is that not the same?
It can be. But, it is what it is.
Anyways. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, cool. So I've watched up until I think about... is it not working at all? Or do I need to... What do I need to do here?
Oh, we can hear you. I just your mic. It sounds like you're talking through your computer mic and like your laptop mic and not your
mic. It does sound like
your face.
It does sound a little.
Sorry, guys. Also, you're really quiet, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's not configured right. Stay tuned. You guys can carry on.
Anyway, yeah. So, Book of Boba Fett. I actually thought for some reason that this was the final episode, but they're doing an odd number of episodes. So they're doing 7, which makes a whole lot more sense given how this episode ended. I straight up. I mean, like walking out of it, I was just like, all right, I guess this is like them just teeing up to the start of Mandalorian is really how it felt. For anybody that saw last week's episode would already know that Mandalorian just took over Book of Boba Fett. And I mean,
well, as I've always said, Boba Fett is the most boring character in the world. I don't understand why we
the show's been terrible. Well, here's the thing: they had every opportunity to not make him a boring character, and they just made him a boring character.
Well, even in the Star Wars, like I never understood why people were so enfranchised by him, even in the original movies.
Well,
He's
You
in
gotta
it
think
for
back to
like
the original
if you look at
movies.
it, his time frame in the original movies, he's literally in it for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, well you gotta look back to back then, right? Like we didn't there wasn't the amount of content that there is today. You know, we are very spoiled with content these days. There's so much to choose from. Back then, you got a thing here, a thing there. So when you got like this great big feeling world universe even of Star Wars, and you see this character up on the platform and you're like, he looks really cool in Battle Worn, people started creating these like stories and fictions about him themselves, and then that led into the expanded universe and the books and all that stuff, and suddenly he became this way more fleshed out character, right? And so, you know, like it's had decades and decades and decades of people building up this character, and it's just, in my opinion, it's been a huge letdown.
There was like 5 other bounty hunters in the same scene that Boba Fett. Yes, Boba Fett takes the main one in episode 6 eventually, and falls into the Sarlacc pit, whatever. But
well, also in episode 7, 5, he's the one who, you know, gets Han, gets contract to take Han away, right?
Yeah. But I mean, there's other ones. Like you got, you would have, what's his name? The one crocodile looking thing. I don't remember his name. There's a name. He has a name. What is it? I know it. It's famous.
It is famous. I also can't think
Bosk.
of it,
Bosk.
Yeah.
Yes. And Bosk's like the creatures that Bosks are. I don't remember what creatures they are. They used to, if you ever watched Clone Wars, which I know and a lot of you have not. That's fine. And then stuff is gone, just like that.
She didn't take too kindly to you talking poorly about her viewing habits.
But the creatures that are Bosk, and that's why you see used to hunt Wookiees as sport. It was a game for them. It was like a coming of age kind of thing. So that's why when like you see in the last episode, not this latest one, but Black Kazakhstan. I'll never say his name right. Doesn't matter. Attacks them in the you know, whatever you want to call it, a casino, party room, you know. So, but yeah, so that's why. But nobody ever talked about Bosk anymore. You know, they do in the Clone Wars. So I mean, you gotta watch that. And that's why why this latest episode, all stuff's not here. Is such a big thing because David.
Okay, before we go too far, there's going to be spoilers. So this is your spoiler warning. If you're watching, if you're listening, we're going into spoilers of episode 6 because there's a lot. It's no small episode.
Yes, I'm only really talking about the end right now, which is really the most important part of the show. Which is why it's got the world. Well, there's 2 parts of the show that got everyone all uppity in the Star Wars world. Yes. And I say uppity very lightly. Whatever that means. So anyways, at the end, you see Cad Bane.
Yep.
Who is also one of the most infamous bounty hunters of the galaxy. Has had many run-ins with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker.
Yep. Also with Boba.
Sorry?
He's also got a history with Boba Fett and Boba Fett's dad, Jango.
Lots of stuff there. He was the second rated bounty hunter until Jango Fett died. When Jango Fett died, then he became the best bounty hunter. Is that right? Is that the right words?
The top
bounty hunter. Anyways, very famous, very popular. Now he works for the Syndicate, and we'll see where that goes. It's going to be a big old war, war.
Yeah. Do you think that Mr. Marshall Sheriff dude died? It looked like they were applying some medical, attention to him.
He only got shot once. His deputy is dead. But I think this is what they wanted. This is what's going to drag everyone together and help him have an army. This whole thing.
I mean, who gave a shit about that deputy? He was a dick every time you saw him on the screen.
Mando liked him, so I mean,
Mando didn't like the deputy.
Oh, the deputy!
He lands, and the deputy immediately like, you can't.
Nobody liked
him.
him.
And he's like, I'm here to see Marshall, whoever, and he's just like, Murr.
Yeah, well, he got himself shot because
he was the first one to go to pull on his pistol, and yet he was the last one to get shot, and he didn't even have his gun out yet. Like, man, this deputy was terrible.
Yeah,
anyway, Cad Bane, really cool. It was cool seeing him walk off from the distance or walk in from the distance, and it is voiced by the same actor who voiced the character in the Clone Wars.
Matt did some research.
I did. So yeah, that was pretty cool, Cad Bane. In other exciting news, I even brought a prop for this. We got not one, but 2 Jedis in this episode. 2 Jedis.
Well, no, technically, I don't want to ruin Clone Wars for you, but technically, there's only one.
Is Ahsoka not a Jedi?
I don't want to ruin it for everyone. We just ruined the episode for Steph, so that doesn't really matter anymore. A little bit, if she can hear us.
I think I missed most of that thanks to technology. So you're good. You're good.
We're talking about the latest episode, but we're talking about a character who we've seen before, named Ahsoka. If she's in it or not, it's up to you to find out when you watch the episode. That will help. That will definitely help. Steph. Yeah. Then
aiming the mic at your face might help.
I don't know how we didn't catch that before when I saw the red light. But anyways, now that you know the static of live music, live commentary, back to Ahsoka. Anyways, so there's a whole thing in Clone Wars. It's kind of like helps Anakin dive off the deep edge a little bit because Ahsoka was Anakin's Padawan. Yeah. There's a point that the council decides to do something / not do something, and she doesn't agree with it, so she doesn't finish her trials. Okay. Oh, she walks.
Fair
away.
enough. Yeah.
She walks away from becoming a trainee and then just disappears in the dusk. That's why.
Okay.
She never.
So without giving too much away for Ram, I'm gonna say
it's okay. Give it away. It's fine.
4 lightsabers in this episode.
Technically, yes, technically, but only
2 drawn.
Only one something. I won't say what the other one because she will miss.
2 were drawn. 4 were seen.
Yes. Well, no, technically there was 7 seen.
What
in this episode? Yeah. Matt, were you not paying attention? Were you not focusing your brain on what was happening?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Because of
of things and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Quite. Yes. So the big question is, what is the decision of the little one going to be?
Yeah. We will see.
Stuff we're talking
about. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be one way or the other. I mean, not to be vague about it, but it's gonna be one way or the other. So
yeah.
I mean, he only got 2 choices.
50-50. I mean, he could just choose not to decide and get nothing.
Take both of them. Just kick the guy in the face.
That would be really impressive if he could take both from Luke. He just
wow. Avoided it this long and you just drop them off like that.
It's okay. I'm still gonna watch it, so it's fine. I just hadn't quite caught up. I was so close. It's fine.
All right. Pulling back from the specifics there, I want to hear. So, Ram, did you see last week's episode where it was basically just a Mandalorian episode?
What number would that have been?
5.
That didn't help me. It didn't help me as much as I thought it was.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No. Sorry. Have you seen The Mandalorian in the Boba Fett
Book
series?
Of Boba Fett.
Oh no.
Okay, so you're far behind. All right,
you're not.
I don't think I'm far behind. I think I'm 1 episode behind.
Well, now you're 2.
At least 2.
Clearly, at least 2.
Right.
Clearly 2.
Now 2.
That's far enough for me. 1's enough. For me to be confused. But not confused.
But what I need to draw it back to is this show feels like it's very quickly getting away from being a show about Boba Fett. And
well, here's the thing. and I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay. In a minute.
But Beyonce had a better music video. But
Okay.
This was supposed to be my moment.
Anyways, I think since they set up this universe, that's what they were basing it off. It's all going to be around the Mandalorian, so he's going to take over every show they bring up, except for maybe Tales of the Jedi and the other.
I think they'll protect like Ahsoka's show. I think that'll be protected because it's Dave Filoni and that's his.
There's a lot of run-in because
character.
if they do it right, if they're going after the story, they're going to. Yes, Luke won't be part of that because maybe it might be. I don't know. Because if it takes, because it would have to take part times after the series, the Rebel series, because the way the Rebel series ends.
Oh, do you think Ahsoka's series is going to be before all of the Mandalorian stuff?
So all of this stuff is after Episode 6.
Yeah. Yes.
And Rebels takes place between Episode 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So it would have to be during the same time, because even when in the Mandalorian series, when we first meet Ahsoka, she's looking for General Thrawn, who is a big part of the Galactic Empire, which we don't know what happened to him during, because in the Rebels, the way Rebels ends is a whole thing. It's fucked. But that's why, because you have George Lucas writing one story, and then you have David Filoni, who wrote this basically series with Jon Favreau, telling two different stories, but all in the same universe. It's like, episode 8 and 9. It worked out so well.
So well.
One's just better than the other. I just won't say which one. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. As you were saying,
that 9's not a good movie. It's still better.
Now back to your acceptance speech.
Yes, thank you for Kanyeing it. Really took it out west, and now we're bringing it back. So Book of Boba Fett, 4 episodes in, and he's like, "Oh, I'm healed. I'm done with my flashbacks now." Episode 5 comes around, and it's a Mandalorian episode, and you're like, "All right." Not that was a bad thing, because it was the best episode there had been by far.
And directed by the person who I think who's had the best Mandalorian episode.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah,
so it worked. It makes sense.
It was a good episode for Mandalorian, and then this episode, which I'm not even sure Boba Fett spoke a word in the scene he was in.
Ooh.
Right, and that's just it. So we've got 2 episodes of a show called Book of Boba Fett,
but I mean,
where that character either didn't show up, or when they did show up, didn't even speak. He was just made an appearance on screen, and this is just like, he's losing control of his own show in many ways, but it also just goes to show that this show is really just like kind of a stepping off platform to introduce a new story.
If it's a book, you have to have backstory. So if they just brought Mandalorian in out of nowhere, it'd be like, oh, how did he get here? What is he doing? What do we have? So many questions about him and a baby. So is it a baby? We don't know. We do find out in this last episode, but and how it ages and talks. It doesn't talk, though, does it? We don't know yet.
I'm just looking at Raz's reaction. She's just like, I'm learning so much about what's happening in these episodes.
He doesn't talk. He just eats things, and it's my favorite thing ever.
And they do talk.
Don't worry, there's no shortage of that.
There is, though. That's the thing. There is
a shortage, but there's also like it's like the ultimate tease of that.
Is it a supply shortage?
Not a lack of supply, let me tell you. But yeah,
also, I mean, so
this show has not been a great show, but even this episode, despite all the things in it, wasn't a very good episode. If you really break down like how the pacing is,
story-wise,
how they go around, it's kind of all over the place. I didn't mind the segments of the episode. It's just cohesively made for a very poor episode. It felt very
it's building up to a final episode, right? It's building up to
of course,
epic war scene with somebody we don't even met yet. It's just, we've met the Syndicate before in the Clone Wars and all this stuff before, but it is weird.
Yeah,
weird.
I feel like, so my synopsis so far is I think I'm on episode 4 or 5, maybe. I'm
Probably
not.
finished
I'm not
You'd
sure.
be 4. You'd have to be 4. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 just came out. Right. Okay,
No,
so I'm
6
on
just
episode
came
4.
out.
I just finished 4.
6.
So fine.
Yeah, you have 2 to watch.
My like, why is he so weird? I feel like the guy who plays Boba Fett is weird.
I'm gonna jump you. Okay, I'm just gonna throw you to a Sarlacc pit for like a year with an iron suit to tell me your mind doesn't go insane.
I guess, but like, it's not even weird like that. He's just like, I don't know, something's off about it for me, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, they said Napoleon was weird, and that's the thing.
Well, yeah.
So leaders maybe are just weird. Maybe we're the next leaders.
Maybe that's how I have to look at it. Pretend he's Napoleon. Is that what I have to do? Okay, cool. All right. New perspective. All right, fine. I'll go into this week's episode with a new outlook on.
Well, it doesn't matter if you go to. Well, you're watching last week's episode next, and it won't matter because he's not in it. So, yeah. So
all right. Well, I mean, this changes everything. It doesn't really matter.
Rate, we're not going to get any more Boba Fett. It seems how it's going.
Basically, all I'm saying is that I've enjoyed it. So I've enjoyed it overall. I think it's been entertaining. There's some funny stuff. It's very Star Wars. It's very, like you guys have said so far, it does feel a lot like The Mandalorian and how they did that whole series, which is fine.
The same guys, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but I find like the acting to be not as great, which is a little bit distracting for me. Like there've been a couple scenes where I'm just like, I can't get past the like weird awkwardness of the scene to just fully enjoy the show. But
they've
that
taken
being
some
said,
interesting liberties, right? Like, you know, they introduced the whole mod kids, right? Like the tattoo parlor, but it's a mod parlor.
Yeah.
Like an augmentation parlor, right? And that was kind of like, it didn't feel very Star Warsy. It felt
it felt like they were trying really hard to like just like appease a certain audience, if you will, or something like that.
I see Alex is really on the verge of wanting to say something.
Yeah.
A rebuttal.
You gotta think about it this way. You're living in the age of technical giants, right? Like it's technology to its full degree. Modding is not. I wouldn't think that'd be. I think that would be the next level. That would be the next kind of thing because tattoos are kind of overbearing at this point when you're in that kind of situation. So, I don't know. We're never gonna be there. But if you look at like you got to compare it to like Cyberpunk. Like Cyberpunk is all about modding.
Oh, absolutely. Right? And I recognize that. It just felt like they were trying to introduce like a whole new like element to Star Wars.
And I think that's
because like the most we've seen in augmentations like Darth Vader becoming more robot than man, and you know Luke getting his hand replaced by a robot hand, right? And, like, but they're never like portrayed in the way that like this very like underground, like gross, seedy augmentations are.
I guess not in the real live action ones. In Clone Wars, it's very thin because like the way they bring back Darth Maul is kind of like is kind of a big part of it, because Darth Maul has lived. Spoiler alert to anyone who's not seen any of that stuff.
What?
To the point that if you go to Disney Plus right now, there's like a big banner of like Darth Maul and Ahsoka head to head, and it's just like, oh, glad I already knew about that.
And that doesn't even last very long.
Also, if you've ever seen the movie Solo, you should also know that he survived.
Yes, and you see his fake legs in there. So it's kind of like it's not something we haven't seen before in the. But then you got to look about it like David Filoni. He's Dave Filoni, I guess, just Dave Filoni, but whatever you want to call yourself. He wrote that show, so like I guess in theory, I mean it is his universe now, right? So we're all just waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to get fired and put Dave Filoni in charge of Star Wars. That's what everyone's waiting for, but it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. So basically, my whole thing is that it's been okay. But it's just like I am not as impressed with it as I thought I was going to be. We'll just leave it at that, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's interesting to a point. There've been a couple scenes where I'm just like, why is this going on for 1,000 years? But I think that's also just kind of how Star Wars does it sometimes, perhaps. So yeah.
Well, it's a vast galaxy, and very far away.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen
A long
next.
time ago. I mean,
There's
we should know
these
I
I won't ruin it for you, but these pathetic droids in this next one that make no sense. It seems like I get what they're doing, and I think it was oh, you know what? Somebody was sitting in a room, was like, you know what? This will be cool. This will be cool if we create these droids. And then you're watching them like, these droids are pathetic. Why are you making these droids do this? And then there's that. Because if that's
is there a more efficient way to get it done, Alex?
Absolutely. They built cities, and now you're building up like this thing with these things. So it's like, okay, there's clearly a better system, yet you're choosing to use these things. Makes no sense to me. I get that you're trying to be humble and use your surroundings, but fuck off. So
they can even build benches.
There's the forest. Like, I don't know what more we need. But whatever.
I mean, we all have legs, but yet we still choose to order food to our front doors.
Sometimes, guys, I don't even order food to the apartment because I know I have to go downstairs to the door to get it. So I just starve.
I mean, I get it. It's far.
And, I need a droid to go get my food for me.
Okay, I order from...
These follow Ram's weight loss journey on Instagram. It's all about unmotivational quotes and ways to just feel lazy.
Just starve.
Well, I order from like the Famoso place that's down the street that I could walk to, and I choose not to. Well, then the pizza would get cold, so then I get somebody to deliver it to me. I could also drive there and pick it up, but then I don't have a takeout bag, so somebody else has got to put it in the takeout bag and bring it to me. It's got to be, and then it's got to sit on the porch for 5 seconds before I can pick it up. So it gets
cold on your front porch. Yeah.
So it's like, damned if you don't, but I'd rather not leave my house, so it works out. I'd rather play, and that's why. Well, then I pay for Uber Pass, and then there's a whole thing, right? So you're just like, oh, well, I might as well use it if I'm paying for it. So it's like.
I also pay for Uber Pass. I know the feels.
Yes.
I don't pay for Uber Pass. I don't know what that is.
It doesn't even make me feel good when at the end of the month they like send me a message and they're like, "Hey, because you have Uber Pass, you saved this much money this month." And I'm like,
it sends me
that's
that
how much I
ordered
on Uber.
It sends me at every order now. Congratulations, you saved this. You saved this amount on this order, and for the month of this, you've saved this much now. I'm like, cool. I don't care. I'm not saving anything. Don't.
Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter anymore.
$50 for myself to eat food. Fuck off. It'll make me feel fatter than I already am.
Oh my god.
So that's about how we feel about Book of Boba Fett. So there's one more episode. Please tune in next week to hear our final reactions. The only reason why I'm even still interested is because of the last 2 episodes and because it's become a Mandalorian show again. So there you go.
It always was. I always said it was going to be. I never said that, but it was always going to be. I'm gonna pretend I said it.
Moving on real quick. You guys have been watching The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime, right?
God, no. Why would I watch that?
It's a hard no for me, bud. Sorry.
First of all, it looks like animations from the 90s. I'm not going to watch that. Second, it's animation, so I'm definitely never going to watch that. The only redeeming part is some of the voice actors are kind of cool. But even then, I still don't want to watch it. So go on.
For all of our viewers and listeners who have taste, unlike certain hosts here, Amazon Prime.
I've seen you eat dirt.
Working in conjunction with Critical Role, has come out and released The Legend of Vox Machina. Episodes 1 through 3 are out now. Hilarious show, ultra gory, very funny. Highly recommend. So there you go. I'm just gonna
taste. I made you watch. It took me a month to get you to watch Taskmaster. I'm still offended by this taste comment.
My favorite part of all of that was when Alex said, "I've seen you eat dirt," and to myself, I went, "Yeah, probably accurate."
I don't know. I just made that up. I don't think I've ever seen him eat dirt, but it's possible. Maybe when he fell,
I'm not going to deny it. I don't know what I've eaten.
I've seen him try to eat fries once, like barely alive. So I mean that works. Well, that's
Oh
not
my
true.
God.
I ate all this fries because he
you
wasn't
ate all the
alive.
fries.
Yeah, you
you
weren't
jerk.
alive, so I ate it. And then you stole my bet.
It's
a
not
whole
that
thing.
I wasn't
You
alive.
weren't alive.
He makes it
so
sound like I
instead
was
of
drinking a lot.
helping
I hadn't
you-
even had a sip of alcohol.
That's
I
not
fell
true.
asleep.
That's not true.
Oh,
We had
I was
alcohol
there.
before we went there.
Was I there for that?
It's possible.
It
So,
was at
okay,
Molly
okay.
Bloom. Yeah,
Was that
I
Molly
was there.
Bloom?
It's fine. Yeah, I
Was
think
that
so.
Yeah, it was at Molly Bloom's out on the patio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worked all night and then I was up all day and then I drove to London and then I got to your Alex's house and then I fell asleep at the bar.
Yep, I met you guys there, and yeah, it was a good time.
Yep, that was. I'm shocked that they didn't kick us out.
I was there, and Steph was there. They weren't going to kick us out.
No, we're their favorite
Fair enough.
customers. Yeah, we still are. We discovered as we went there 8 years later, 10 years later. I don't
I've
know.
been there
a certain
since
amount
then.
of time.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's like the only
I
time
went there
ever
last year, 2
fell
years
asleep
ago?
in a chair,
Last
like
year?
sitting straight up in public.
It was amazing. Honestly, I was a little bit jealous. Just a little bit. It was like 4 years ago, Alex, maybe 5. It was quite a while ago
I don't
now.
remember. I don't remember how long ago that was, but I went last year, I think. Or
You did, yes.
I went
During
last year,
COVID?
yeah. Well, we weren't locked down anymore, and then we
fair
went
enough.
to lockdown in December. Last summer,
And-
not this past summer, but the one before.
And we had gone there, but the last time the 3 of us were there together, plus a few others,
Would've
was
been
for
Jimmy
Jimmy Eat
World.
World. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, long time
I
ago.
got dragged down the street unconscious by a couple people that I know, so it was fun.
That's good. That's good.
Well, it was Alex and Dave.
Yeah. And I was
Somebody-
busy eating pizza.
Somebody had to do it.
Stobies, probably. Fuck. That's
Um, moving on, let's quickly chat
Anywho.
about what's going on in the world of Spider-Man because there's been some interesting news coming out. Have you guys heard?
No,
Absolutely
I don't care.
not.
That's not true. I don't care.
So-
I do care. I don't care. I do care. I
Spider-Man:
don't
No
know
Way
anymore.
Home is currently approaching and may overtake Avatar's record as top-grossing film internationally of all
And
time.
I'm going to say this real quick. Good. Fuck them. Because
Man, that was intense.
Avatar can go blow up. I haven't watched that. I've only seen it once, and I still hate it. All right.
We should do a watch party of Avatar and just like
Do you want me to
Oh my
die?
god, on your projector? Yes, I'm there.
yeah. Well,
Like
just,
all those things are
boom.
horrible. All those things sounded horrible right there. Like I feel
Avatar
like you
mass
want me to
projector?
make your lives miserable. Like that's all you want me to do in this situation. Because I would literally
I'm not
rip
saying
that
you're
film
not allowed to
apart,
roast it.
while
I'm just saying
watching
we should
it,
do a viewing
and then I'm gonna
party.
be like, wow, I can barely see it properly because of this goddamn projector that I'm watching.
It's also a 3D projector. We could watch it in 3D just like you did all those years ago.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Fucking game. I'm game for that.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys
so
can have parties like you already do without me. So there you go.
Avatar
never
about
happened.
to be overtaken by Spider-Man: No Way Home. That's kind of a big deal. Also, Spider-Man 4 is now in early discussions, and so far what we know is MCU and Sony will be coming back to doing it. So Spider-Man 4 will continue on the story. We know it's going to be the start of a new trilogy, is what we've come to find out. But currently, Tom Holland is not on contract. Drama, suspense.
Mm.
He's in talks, but there's nothing set in stone. We might not see Tom Holland return as Spider-Man. How does that make
I
you feel?
doubt it. I doubt it. If they want, they'll throw a stupid amount of money. Unless they want to be like, you know what? Let's get an older guy. Let's get an older guy to play the guy who's playing the same age as that guy.
It'd be really funny if they're just like, well, we already did the multiverse. Let's just bring like Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire back. We'll just like
Well, there's
cycle
been
through them.
Tons of rumors that they want to do an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
I'd watch it.
Tons of it. Tons of it.
I was disappointed that we didn't get it, to be honest, when they decided to like pivot all those years ago.
Well, that's because
I know people
Amazing
weren't, like,
Spider-Man
huge
2
on it, but-
technically bombed by standards. But which to be fair, it sucked a little.
It did. I mean, Jamie Foxx's like representation of Electro was not good. Well, I don't even want to put it on him though. I want to put it more on like the VFX choices that they made.
It was a directional choice that failed, and the fact that they killed off. Like I understand this, like a point because they don't have they kill somebody off like that. But the reason they killed her off was because Emma Stone wanted out of the contract. She didn't want to do it anymore. That's why she killed her. They killed her
Crazy.
off.
Now you get to see Andrew Garfield crying in this movie. That's making all this money.
Yeah, that's why we're watching it.
Yay, tears!
But we're expected to see Tobey Maguire again. Apparently, a lot of people say he's going to be in Doctor Strange, the Madness of the Multiverse, the Multiverse of Madness, whatever the hell it's called. Lots of M's.
MOM. Mom. It's all about his. Do you think Martha's going to be in it?
Anyway, so it's the director Sam Raimi who's doing it, so that's why everyone's like, "Oh, Tobey Maguire's gonna be back." We're just gonna ignore what Matt said. Just forget it. Just blow it out the window.
My mom's name's Martha.
That was never actually said in the movie, so grow up. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Tom Holland will be back, I'm sure. They'll throw a lot of money at him. If not, Disney will say, "Okay, well, we'll give you a lot of money to help do it," because they'll be like, "Well, we need him for the MCU stuff. Oh, we have no stars anymore. We need stars. Guys. Stars. Can't let him go. We got a black Captain America now. We need him."
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh so hard at that, but...
Played by Anthony Mackie, and everybody loves him. Not. I watched a movie with Anthony Mackie in it like a year ago or so, and he's exactly the same, and I was like, "Oh, you idiot." And it wasn't Captain America, Winter Soldier. Get over yourself, Matt. Because I knew that's what you were thinking. Anthony Mackie single-handedly edited the show. I don't remember what the show's called, but he single-handedly edited it.
Just by being in it?
Yeah, they replaced the main actor, obviously, because it's I forget what the show is. The one where you can just transfer your mind into another body. I forget what it's called. Big Netflix show.
I've seen this.
Big Netflix show. And then the second season came around, and they put Anthony Mackie as the main actor, and it did not get renewed, and it got horrible reviews. So it is what it is. Because in the first season, you had the guy from the first Suicide Squad and the second one. I guess he was in the second one too, as a Colonel, as the Colonel Haig. Haig, is that his name? Nice. Man, the internet's a wild thing that we could use, and I never do. So,
oh my gosh!
Why? Why would you use it? There's no point. Like, what is it? What was it made for? To use it to be informational, hopeful? No.
The information highway, man. Hack the planet.
No thanks.
That's
Altered Carbon. That was the show.
Oh,
yeah. I have heard of that.
I watched the first episode of the first season, and I was like, okay.
It got a lot better. It actually was a creative series. And then all of a sudden,
really cool, but yeah.
And then all of a sudden they bring him in, and it just tanks. Like, I can't even find the reviews for the second season because everybody
disappointing.
So yeah, first season 8.4, 8.5, 8.1. Second season 6.3, 6.3, 6.6, 6.5. Like,
yikes!
Suck it, Anthony Mackie. You suck.
Moving on. Oh, did you have something else you wanted to finish up there, Monsieur?
No, it's kill. No, I'm good. I got nothing else on that. Unless you want me to talk about how much Anthony Mackie sucks more, I can do.
No, we've spent episodes talking about that. We watched a whole show where he was one of the main characters, where we heard it. So,
I mean, I told you somebody could fight me and tell me I'm wrong, but nobody's ever won yet. So,
let's talk some gaming, guys.
Ooh,
a little while. There's actually some news going on in the world of gaming. Alex, you want to start?
No,
you got some stuff.
Okay. Who was it? Sony? Is it Sony who owns this company? No, Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Warner Bros. has delayed Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League till 2023. Disappointing.
disappointing. Yeah.
But they have guaranteed us the Hogwarts game.
Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Legacy, is it?
It's Hogwarts something of Legacy. I don't know. Something crazy. But they guaranteed that, and Gotham Knights. They guarantee those will come out this year. They say that.
Yeah, I mean, like Hogwarts Legacy is what, 2 years removed from when it was first supposed to release?
It's been
a while.
As long as it's good, I don't really care.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yes, we will. We will see. Will we see?
Possibly.
Sony bought or acquired is the word they're using. Acquired Bungie.
Creators,
and everyone's like, "Oh, they're just coming back because of what Microsoft did." I'm like, apparently this has been in the works for 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, like stuff like this doesn't just happen out of the blue. Like, like anybody who has ever worked in business in any capacity, like it doesn't even have to be the gaming industry. Like when you're acquiring another business, this isn't just a thing that you announce like days after
they did
talks.
it, so I'm gonna do it. That's not how it works.
No, like Sony would not have been able to turn around that quickly and spend billions of dollars on something. Like that's not how the industry works.
Well, apparently they're also announcing that they're working on other acquisitions.
They've been working on it for a while. They have to say that for sure in response. So like maybe their timeline to announcing the Bungie acquisition was accelerated. I still believe it was probably in the works well before the
I guarantee you, like they did it. They probably wanted to wait until it was finalized and like the government said they can do it. But who knows?
It's interesting though how like Bungie's had a really interesting history because at the end of the 90s they were developing video games for the Mac, like the Apple computer. Which there was not a lot of gaming in general ever on Macs, but Bungie was a Mac developer and they were developing Halo to be a game and they were going to show it off at Macworld 2000. And, at the time, the Xbox was about to come out and they're like, we really need games. And they were going around, they were finding developers and they came across Bungie. They're like, this seems okay. And so they picked up this developer and next thing you know, Halo became the biggest, franchise on Xbox ever. Years later, Halo 3 comes out, Halo ODST, Halo Reach come out. That's the end of Bungie's,
was there a Halo deal 2?
With Xbox. Well, there was 1, 2. I'm just saying years later, they finished up 3 and then finished up those other ones. And they decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna end our time with Xbox Studios and whatnot. We're gonna go it on our own. They partnered up with Activision, which is really funny that now Activision is under Xbox. They partnered up with Activision, brought out Destiny. Partway through Destiny's like timeline, before Destiny 2 even came out, they were like, no, we're going to separate from Activision. These guys suck. Released Destiny 2 completely on their own. And then here we are now, all these years later, and they're joining Sony. Like, just what a crazy history for a company to be going around like that. Usually a lot of studios go to a player and then either they continue on there forever or they die. Like you don't see many studios bouncing around like this. Like it just goes to show they're a very strong studio that wants to stay alive.
Well, Destiny 2 is one of PlayStation's biggest games right now.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's surprisingly, even though the first one fucking sucked. I haven't played the other ones. I only played the first one. And then you had to buy more stuff to play the rest of the game. And I was like, no, thank you. Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
That was Activision's doing. And I think that's why they wanted to end their time with Activision.
Yeah. And, but then, it's Sony. So you never know what they're planning. But it's always going to be better than what's next.
Maybe they'll release new Halo.
I think they tried that, but not Bungie. It was BioWare. BioWare tried that, and it's failed miserably.
What Mass Effect was supposed to be new Halo?
No. The thing that canceled they stopped development on Mass Effect 4.
No, that was supposed to be new Destiny.
Kinda. It was supposed to be a mix between Halo and Destiny. It was supposed to be like a Destiny style version of Halo.
Oh, okay.
And
it's not just what Destiny is.
I don't even remember what the game's called. That's how
it started with an A. I'm pretty sure. I have it. Anthem.
Yes.
I got it for free when I bought the video card that's in this computer, and I never played it. And I'm pretty sure the servers got shut down a couple months ago, and so
I wouldn't be shocked
playing it
because it was garbage. And like they took all their developers from Mass Effect 4 while building Mass Effect 4 and work on this, even though Mass Effect is such a bigger franchise already that they had to come out and apologize, and now we're building another one and taking 6 years to build it.
Oof. What?
Even though they should, and Dragon Age. Dragon Age saved them the year before. Yeah. So they got lucky. So everyone was like, oh shit, Mass Effect. And then they fucked it up. Mass Effect 4 isn't bad. It's just like it should have been longer and they could have done more with it and DLCs, and they were planning that.
Yeah.
But then they were all taken away from that. You can tell by the end of the game that they were planning on something so much bigger and working on so much more stuff that clearly wasn't allowed because EA came in and was like, you know what? No, you got to work on this, brother.
Brother.
Sports.
Coming back to PlayStation a little bit. So obviously, are acquiring Bungie. They have come out and said PlayStation 5 sales expectations, they have dropped them right down. They're like, chip shortage, we're not gonna sell many more of these. But interesting enough, they have sold by the end of 2021 just shy of 18 million PS5s have been sold. So like there's been a lot of them sold. They just can't keep up with the demand, and they can't even keep up close to their own like desire to build them due to the global chip shortage. So there's that. That's fun. There's also a PlayStation State of Play today. Did anybody watch it?
No, because I heard what it's about and I said no.
I didn't watch.
One of PlayStation's oldest franchises, and arguably one of their more successful ones by Polyphony Digital, Gran Turismo 7 is due to come out next month. It's looking pretty cool. I mean, it's going to be taking advantage of a lot of what the PS5 is capable of. Ray tracing on the cars, like the Gran Turismo games have always been just stunning. They go for that realism, and it looks really, really good. They've done a really good job building the world, like tracks and the atmosphere, the environments, and the cars. They all just look fantastic. Probably best on console we've ever seen to date. They do weather effects and all that kind of stuff. Really cool. What else is cool is they're going to take advantage of the controller. So for the first time, you're going to be able to feel, through the trigger and through the gas and the brake, you're going to feel kind of feedback from the car while you're driving, which is actually super cool that you'll be able to feel like when you go up and over, tread, it's not just like a basic rumble, gets more intense or less intense. Like it's going to feel more like driving a car, which has me pretty excited. So I'm really excited to try this game out. It looks like it's going to take advantage of a lot of the stuff that PlayStation's bringing. They're going to use the 3D audio, which is one of the new features of the PS5. Just a lot of cool stuff. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. Cool. That is a lot of stuff all at
once. Not for $90, but yeah, totally right.
Yeah, this is where Sony's got to hurry up on their own competitor Game Pass. Because Alex, I found that $50 gift card you gave me for Christmas for the Xbox.
Wow, only now?
And it's just because I had it with my games, and Atlas happened to pull out all the games, and it was on the floor. I was like, oh, right, I still have this thing. I kid you not. I went to Xbox's game store, and I can't find any games, like hardly any games that you can buy other than like premium pass versions. Because everything is on Game Pass. It's like I might as well just upload it and let Game Pass charge from it at this point, because there's just like nothing that I need to buy on.
That's
and
crazy.
It's just like it's a way better business model than buying games. It's unreal. It's like I don't buy music anymore because of Spotify. I don't buy games anymore because of Game Pass. It's just
It's just how it goes, how it's going anyway.
Yep.
The biggest
has a service.
The biggest gaming news that I have, and I know is probably going to affect all of our lives, is that the New York Times bought Wordle.
No.
I know.
The worst.
It's freaking sad. Like, okay,
this great thing we got.
It is. It's right. So like, here's my outlook, right? So I wasn't all gung ho about Wordle like everybody else was. But then I think it was Matt that started off with our group. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll check it out. And now I'm fucking obsessed. Like I
You
can't
like first thing in the morning. It's like
like
7:30. If I'm
you
not like
send it and
on
then
it
I
right
send it minutes
away,
later because
you're
I'm up
sending
and
it.
yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Like,
I like
love it.
sleeping, so if you guys could like fuck off, that'd be great. I'm just kidding.
So like okay, so we're and obviously we the four of us, so us three and then Dave, are not the only people enjoying this
This is a
game.
society.
It's huge. It's
It's
massive.
massive. It's literally worldwide. Everyone's really enjoying it. It's like a really nice way to just sort of take your mind off of the nonsense of the world and so on and so forth and just have a fun game about words. It's just words, right? It's like 5-letter words. It's infuriating and it makes you think and all of these things and it's awesome. And then New York Times goes and buys it and they announce we bought it for like a stupid amount of money and frickin' Josh Wardle, I think his name
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, Wordle. Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, love that. However, he's laughing because he's like, I just made this like silly game that
Super
everyone
basic.
loves, and now I've sold it for a stupid
Yep.
amount of money to the New York Times. That is awesome for him. I'm super stoked. However, it just means that for everybody else that's playing it in the world, yeah, it's free initially, is what New York Times said, right?
Yeah, that's just it.
So,
Like for now, it's going to
yeah,
remain free. We'll see what that means once they
right?
bring it into their ecosystem.
So
And
upsetting. If they make it so that you have to have a subscription to play Wordle, like I'm gonna be really upset. I think a lot.
ruined.
Obviously, we're not the only people that are gonna be really upset. People are gonna be
Yeah.
upset. It's like this one little thing that's giving us a little bit of light in our day. You know, our days have been hard for everybody individually, as a collective, and so on and so forth. This one little game that was free and is nice was free and nice, and now they're just gonna go and ruin it because they had to pay this guy a stupid amount of money. Ugh. Happy for him, sad for us.
I mean, if there's one shining beacon of hope here, it's that if a game like that, so simple, can come out, it just goes to show there's still fresh ideas on the table. There's still opportunity
Totally.
for the everyman, right? Those
Yeah,
single
I'm here talking
person
to you
developers.
I'm right here.
We can do this. We can make it. We can make our own Wordle, you know? We could
Yeah.
call it Paul Rams, Al Gershers. I don't know. We'll come up with something that's kind of like as clever as his Wordle.
I loved it when they said what his name was. I was like, "Oh shit, that's so funny." Wordle's Wordle.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. That's my
create something.
gaming news. Our gaming news, because I know it means a lot to all of us.
It does. So
Keep
sad.
Wordle free.
Keep Wordle free.
Yeah, hashtag keep Wordle free, please.
Oh man, if there's anything you should be driving a convoy for, it's Wordle.
Yes. Okay, so while we're on the topic, I think our listeners probably all play Wordle as well. Oh, I'm not going to get into the trucker shit. That's a nightmare. But back to Wordle. Can we talk about what our like favored first word guesses are?
I mean,
Matt's,
absolutely.
I guarantee Matt's not going to tell us what it is.
No, I don't mind. I
Right.
recently switched mine. So I was
Okay.
using audio because it had A, U, I, and O for vowels,
Hmm.
and I was knocking them out in the first word. So I just assumed I'm probably never gonna get audio as my first word. I might, but like, what a good way to just like knock out a ton of vowels. The only thing
Totally.
is like, it doesn't really work as far as like Wheel of Fortune rules go, where like you want to get like the more commonly used letters to build a word and like get a better idea of what word you're trying to get, which are usually like the RKLE, you know, that kind of lettering. So
yeah.
so I've actually moved to later is my starting word now. So I get, you know, LATER, which is really like commonly used letters, and then I try to make a variation off of that to build towards my solution. That's why I'm often able to get it in like 3 or 4 guesses, because I'm just trying to use letters that are really common.
I do the same thing. I use dream, but I'm an idiot, so I don't figure these things out really quickly.
You are not too
I mostly
bad,
do
though.
it when I'm half awake. So
I know.
like,
Okay.
My problem.
I mean, I do it
20
on the
minutes
toilet
to
when
do
I
it
wake
because
up.
I don't pay attention. So
I literally wake up, get naked, go to the toilet, and do it there. There you
All
go.
right.
I wake
so
up,
I
I'll
have my
start it.
next question.
and then I fall asleep, and I remember I'm doing it, and then I try again, and then I fall asleep again. And then you guys don't stop talking, so it's like, oh my god.
So I didn't have like a first word that I was using regularly because I kind of like the idea of every day being a new game, basically. I don't want to like start off. However, and this is a story for you guys. Okay, so I don't have this word. I yesterday was, I guess, in a mood. I don't know. I was like annoyed about life and having to get up and walk 10 feet to my desk. And so I was just in a mood and I was like, all right, fucking Wordle. Okay, fine. And so my first word that I chose was penis. And it actually worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah, I got you a lot of letters, that's for sure.
Yeah. So then my mom texted me and was like, hey, have you done your Wordle? I got it in 2 guesses or whatever, not 2. I think it was maybe 3, whatever.
Fancy.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I also got mine in 3 guesses today. And she's like, cool. What did you start with? Well, I obviously couldn't tell her.
I think your mom's the only person who watches this. Like,
Yeah.
Well, now she knows. But yeah, no, I couldn't tell her. So that was my funny story about like switching up my first word and
hilarious.
making it really
Yeah.
inappropriate. And then
Yeah.
now I can't tell my mom what my first Wordle word was.
You know what the worst thing
So I
is
lied.
when
I lied
you
to
like
her.
you're like 2 or 3 guesses in and you're you have 1, maybe 2 letters figured out, but you don't know their location yet. And then you put in another guess and you just press enter and you're like, all right, well, I'll see where I go. And then you realize you like put like one of your yellow letters right back in the exact same spot.
I did
and
that
you're just like,
today.
"Ah!"
Yeah, I got so bad. I put the one letter in the exact same spot. I
Hate
was
it.
so mad at myself.
Absolutely hate it when I do that.
now I just make up words to see if they fit, and if they don't fit, they don't work.
Well,
That's
that's how
what I do.
Matt won one day, so it's fine.
Well, it was a strategic play, but yeah, more or less is what I was doing. I've
yeah.
also been somebody made a Wordle archive, and you can go back and play all of the Wordles that have come so far, all the way back to number 1 through all like 200 plus now. So I've been slowly going through it. So I'm on like 15 or 16 of the originals now. And I hit my like first like QU word, and it took me forever because I didn't put Q or U in any of my guesses. So I had IET, and I was like, what the hell goes with IET? Oh, quiet. It's just like I hate, like it's just like what the hell.
Oh my god! And we were talking about it the other day, how like you'll be saying a word that is a word, or
Yeah.
maybe could be a word, but
Yep.
you're not pronouncing
Could.
it.
Literally
Yeah,
could.
we were like,
Yeah.
I think we were both stuck on that. We're like, cooled.
Yeah,
like,
honestly,
no.
I could not like.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a word. That's crazy. O doesn't come after C. Like, this is just madness. Yeah, no, 100%. It's awesome.
So
I really
funny.
like
It is.
Wordle, and I hope that at the very least they just make it riddled with ads, so that we just have to watch ads. I just want it to be free forever.
Yeah. It's interesting that you bring up ads, because the first place my mind went was, oh, it'd be really great if I could get like ad blocker on my phone so I don't have to see it when I'm there. I read an interesting like post on Reddit today where people were talking about how ad blocker is kind of piracy. And I took like initially I'm just like, well, that's dumb. Like, how is it piracy? Like, I'm not stealing anything. But if you really break it down, if you really go to the root of it, which like it's not clearly laid out, but you can put the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of content creators now, like their direct revenue stream are advertising
ads.
like
Yeah.
that. In some cases, that's their only revenue stream. So if you're using an ad blocker and you're still consuming that content, in a way, you're not holding up your end of the agreement that you didn't ever really specifically agree to. You know what I mean? Nobody ever came out and be like, to use this site, you need to view ads. Like, I've never agreed to that. So like, it's just such a strange concept. But I do understand the sentiment of like, yeah, if you use an ad blocker, technically you're pirating. My only like pushback to that is make ads less fucking annoying, and maybe I won't mind seeing them as often. Like when I get to a website and half the page gets cut off by an ad and I have to wait 5 seconds to see the content, yeah, I'm going to install ad blocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so annoying. Like when you're just trying to see a freaking recipe, she almost said recipe. Yeah, like it's super annoying when half the pages, or you're like halfway through reading an article and the thing is just like and in your way. Yeah, it's super annoying. Like, we're live and people can still see you, right? He forgot. Alex is dead. I'm the only one talking now, so
hello. It's past my bedtime.
So my world froze there for a minute. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I think we're pretty much hitting the mark now where it's about all
That's
of our
not true. I know exactly what's going on, and I hate it all. Then you gotta pay for an ad blocker. Then if you pay for a DSL, not DSL, who wants to pay for a DSL? That's stupid.
You have to pay for ad blocker?
A VPN.
I've never paid for ad blocker.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want a good one,
I just use ad block. It works good. Yeah, you can support them.
That's what I use. I used that when I gave them
According
like
to
$10 forever.
Adblock, on this page alone, StreamYard, I have blocked 29,079 ads.
What?
There's
no way. I have not gotten a single ad and I don't have ad blocker.
I don't know. That's what it says.
I've blocked 3. It says.
Maybe I do have ad blocker. No, I'm sure I don't.
Maybe
I never did it.
I don't know.
Sorry.
It says
1,500 in total. Blocked ads. 3 on this page. 1,500 in total.
Oh, you know what? No, you're right, Alex. It says 0 on this page for me, and then on the right, I've blocked 29,079.
Okay.
Ads in total. Okay. There we go.
I only got an ad blocker probably like 3 weeks ago, so
it is the best thing ever, especially if you ever watch like YouTube. You don't.
Well, if you watch Taskmaster now, you'll never get ads.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. I watch it on my Apple TV.
Yeah, see, so do I. So I always get all the ads. So it sucks.
But
you should watch. You should watch Taskmaster, Steph. You should do it.
Part of this Reddit post that I read.
I know.
If you have a Raspberry Pi, you can install something called Pi-hole, and then filter your network traffic through it. And Pi-hole becomes an ad blocker for your entire internet. It's not device or browser based. You can actually just straight up block ads. Completely.
I don't know what that has to do with Taskmaster, but that's fine.
It just means that now when you go to watch Taskmaster on YouTube on your Apple TV, you don't have to deal with ads.
It's all about Taskmaster and little Alex Horde.
I will watch it because I'm really excited about it. I know I said that last week, but I was trying to log into the Apple family stuff and I was getting like, it was telling me to do 2-factor authentication and it was sending a code to my devices, but I don't have any Apple devices. I just have an Apple account from back in the day.
You go to, I'll send you a link after, but typically if you've ever had an Apple device, it'll continue to remember it way, way, way down the road.
But I have been logged into because I tried to log into my iCloud. I watched all of Ted Lasso by logging into the Apple TV. It's just weird because I never set it up, and then all of a sudden it's asking me for this. But anyway, it's beside the point.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where is it sending it to? I don't know. I don't have an Apple device. I have an iPad, but I don't know if I've ever even registered it for like Apple stuff. So anyway, I do want to watch Taskmaster and I know it's on YouTube and I will start soon because I am really excited about it. That's all. It
gets better from the beginning. It gets better.
Oh, even the beginning's good. I'm hooked after one episode. I was hooked.
The idea of the show is actually very clever. They tried to do an American one and it sucked. But
that's every American show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because the host. So they use Reggie Watts as the host for the American one. He's just too nice.
Him, though.
He's just too nice.
Right.
For this show, you need like the guy,
You
the
be
Taskmaster, Greg
brutal.
Daniels. He's just brutal to them. Like,
Yeah, he's ruthless.
I think I'll give it 1 point for this. Well, that was amazing. Yeah, I just didn't like it. And it just goes on to the next point. Like it's
So-
funny how he does it's a lot more funnier than how I'm saying it.
Most things are.
Yeah, well, such is life. But the people who do it like are pretty funny. Like the first few seasons, they actually have actual like comedians. Eventually, they start bringing in like more like radio and TV personalities, but it's still funny. He's still funny. And then they have a Champions of Champions one, and that one was so stupid, but it was so funny.
So, speaking of funny, I thought that I was starting a funny TV series today, and it turns out that it's actually like kind of serious and it's weirding me out. And maybe I'm like,
So you said
what
you
I'm-
started this today? I'm sorry.
Yes,
You know what came out today?
I do.
Okay.
However, I can't watch it because I'm not watching it alone.
Well, I hate my life. Go on.
So, I started watching The Woman in the House Across the
God.
Street from
Oh, I heard that's
the
got
girl
like
in the
horrible,
window?
horrible reviews. And it's, like, it's a parody of a parody that's making a
Walked
parody
in,
of
Okay,
okay,
but
itself.
here's
watching
my-
it, and I'm like, this looks awful. And I had like the biggest crush on Kristen Bell for the
Oh.
longest time, and I can't.
Okay, but
Yeah.
okay.
I think Alex did too.
No,
I'm
never
sure
cared for her.
all the boys did. So, but here's the thing. So I'm
It's
confused
true, I never did.
because I
I
started
never watched
watching
the show
it.
she was on. Sorry, go on.
Veronica Mars.
That's the one. Never watched it.
So I started watching it thinking that it was going to be funny.
It was supposed to be, yes,
Is it though? Because it's not funny.
because it's a parody of The Woman in the Window.
I guess I don't know what that is then.
Okay, so it's a movie. Basically, a woman in the window with what's her name?
Emily
And
Blunt,
this other girl.
another woman. I'm very.
No,
attracted
you're thinking
to.
of Woman on the Train.
Oh gosh, there's so many.
so
Woman
many
in the Window
women in
is
places.
Girl
hold
on the train, right?
Because
what is her
okay, but
name?
seriously, like I'm watching it and I'm expecting it to be funny,
Oh,
and
wait, now I know. Okay, so go on. Finish.
and
Finish
it's
what
just
you're
not like I'm like into it. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And I get like, I really thought that it was gonna be a parody.
supposed to be.
I don't know.
So, anyways, so it's a parody. It's supposed to be, from what I understand of it. I haven't watched the trailer. Haven't really read into it. Whatever. It's supposed to be a parody of The Woman in the Window, which an agoraphobic woman who's a doctor, I guess, played by Amy Adams, and so she can never leave her house. Like she's so scared of leaving her house. That's her whole thing. She's scared of everything. Whatever agoraphobic means. But that's what I got under it.
Sure.
She witnesses something like from across her window, like a murder kind of thing. But she also becomes she befriends like a woman from the other side. It's a really complicated movie, I guess. But then it's like a whole thing where like, oh, they don't believe her. That actually didn't happen. That woman never actually really existed. And she goes insane, and it's a whole thing. And then she eventually gets out of her house, and then the whole world ends. I don't know. I never watched it, but it came out last year, so that's why I'm surprised that this parody got made so quickly. But
Okay,
here we
so
are.
maybe it's supposed to be like more of a parody. I don't know, but I'm like all about it right now. I'm really invested.
Like, is it
I'm
a
gonna
series
go watch
or
more
a
right now.
video, like a movie?
It's a series. The episodes are short. They're only like 25 minutes, which is nice for me. But I'm just like, I really thought I did. I thought it was
I just
supposed to be
watched. I just read the plot, and it's pretty much the movie. It's a parody of the movie.
right, but like it's not funny. I'm like, I don't find it funny. I'm like very invested.
He's an
in it.
American dark comedy thriller. Whatever the fuck that means.
I guess maybe I'm not supposed to take it so seriously, but
What
it
would-
doesn't.
What would
if you-
American dark comedy thriller mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't even have it's hosted by a white woman, so the dark part doesn't even make any sense. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I've been watching, I guess, aside from Boba Fett. Like, you guys should check it out. Please, actually, maybe if you guys check it out this week and let me know what you think, because I'm confused. I think that I should find it funny, but I don't.
Oh my god, there's 8 episodes.
From the little bits that I've just
Oh
walked
my
in and
God.
seen, it just looked terrible. Like there's nothing like funny, sad, anything about it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like intrigued by the story. I'm like, what's she gonna do next? I can relate to this lady, not in the sense of like what she's going through, but just in the sense of how she's dealing with it. Man, I'm all about it.
I don't have the patience anymore for TV right now. I don't know why.
Okay,
I think
well,
my life sucks.
y'all make me watch stuff all the time, so you watch that. And
But like, let's if we're gonna go by your pace, I'm gonna watch it
in
6
2 months
Wow.
we'll talk about it again.
Shots fired.
I'm just. You want to use words against me? I will fight back.
He is not wrong. It's fine.
No, I might watch it. I don't know. I got to get through Taskmaster still. There's like 11 seasons, and it's a lot, and I keep falling asleep. So my couch is the worst because it's so
It's very
unbearably
comfortable.
comfortable. So it's like
I've
fall
passed
asleep
out on
easily.
that couch
Also,
many
there
a
could be
time.
many other things that make me fall asleep. I don't know, like life, and on how life is. But I have Fudgios, so you can all go screw yourselves. So
Yay!
Well, I've got President's Choice decadent chocolate chip cookies. So.
I ate them.
It's the great debate.
Did anyone go in for the points thing where the $2 a box of cookies? Or was it just me?
Probably just you.
Wow, you guys missed out. It was all over President's Choice, man. It was their like points thing.
I don't know. I don't really.
You
I
missed
just
out
go
on cheap
to the
cookies.
checkout. I'm like President's Choice barcode. Scan it. And they scan it. I don't know what's points
Cheap
at.
cookies,
I
bro.
don't look that
Missed
stuff
out.
I don't shop at Loblaws
It's
stores
about
anymore, which kind of makes me sad. But
Yeah,
well.
you suck. So I'm just kidding. Maybe you do.
Yeah, jackass.
It's not convenient anymore.
Yeah, but somebody sucks.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go. This has been
Yeah,
great.
I think we're all about ready for that.
Yeah, I am judging your shopping choices, and that's all I got.
Okay,
Also,
well,
I said
thanks for
Peacemaker.
listening.
It's
Please
fun.
click and subscribe and hit like and all of those things.
It's my only
Glad I
human
got
interaction.
my microphone oriented in the right direction.
We got there.
It only took a computer crash.
It's fine. Also, that happened. Yeah, what a day.
Oh, if only you had some IT friends.
I don't know any. It's weird.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Okay,
bye.
bye.